So we've now reached the end of Module 3 and the end of our walking skeleton, so let's just take a look at a summary of what we've covered here. And in here we use Create React App to create our React application, and we took a look at how easy that is to do. We also took a look at the files we get with our React application and how it bootstraps itself and displays the content on our page. We also took a look at some React concepts, and we took a look at TypeScript as well. And then we took a look at components and React states. We also fetched some data from the API to complete our walking skeleton, and we needed to implement a cross-origin resource sharing policy on our API so that our browser would display the content that we get back from the API. CORS doesn't stop our API from sending the data to our browser. That's not what it's designed for. It's designed to protect our browser from displaying content from an unknown origin. And we also looked at semantic UI to provide some very basic styling at the moment for our application. So just some frequently asked questions then. Do you have to use TypeScript in this application? Well, not really, but it is worth it. And the demonstrations that I'm going to be using are all going to be using TypeScript. If you decide that the additional code that we have to write to use TypeScript is simply not worth it and TypeScript is too annoying, then of course it's possible to create this application just using normal plain JavaScript. But if you did make that silly mistake in JavaScript, a small typo that JavaScript doesn't tell you about, and you have to spend hours looking for the problem, don't say I didn't warn you. Another question you might have is, can you use Bootstrap, Material UI, some other CSS framework instead of semantic UI? And the answer to that is, well, this course is really designed around semantic UI, and every component that we use makes use of a lot of semantic UI components. It's not like we're just adding different classes to HTML here, and all of the CSS frameworks available for React are designed around React components. So yes, it is possible, but you would be doing some very different things to what I'm demonstrating. And of all of the CSS frameworks, I did find that Semantic UI had the best documentation and is the easiest to learn and get going with. And because this course isn't about styling, Semantic UI was the logical choice for me in this particular application. And what about React hooks? Surely that's the future, and it is. And the rest of the course focuses on React hooks and functional components. We won't be creating any more React class components in this course, and even the one that we've used here will be disposed of and replaced with a functional component. And what we're going to look at next is building the CRUD application in the API, and we're going to take a look at the major pattern that we're going to be using in this course, which is the CQRS and mediator pattern.